Hi guys, this is Sada from Odin.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest Evolution X ROM based on Android 15 onto the Galaxy S20 FE. So it's compatible with the S20 FE and S20 FE 5G models. This is the model number, please verify. And it's not compatible on the Exynos, it will only work on the Snapdragon variant. As far as the bugs are concerned, well, same is the case with this ROM as well as is the case for all the other custom ROM in the Samsung phones. The voice over LTE and voice over Wi-Fi will not work due to the Samsung implementation on AOSP ROMs. Apart from that, the screen brightness is somewhat not working along the expected lines when you scan the fingerprint. And during the rest of the process, the screen brightness works well and good. Only while scanning the fingerprint, you might face some issue. Apart from that, the 60 FPS recording will only work with the front camera. It will not work with the back camera. In the back camera, you have to remain confined with the 30 FPS. So if that's all well and good, for me, these were not the major issue. If that is the case with you as well, then please take a backup of all the data on your phone and then let's get started. First off, get hold of the latest Android SDK platform tools from my guide and extract them onto your PC. You may extract them anywhere you want. In my case, I've done so in the C drive, and these are the files of platform tools. Once you've done the extraction, you will now have to unlock the bootloader on your phone. Do note that as opposed to all the other Android phone, in case of Samsung, the things stand somewhat different. So apart from the warranty being void and the data being reset, it will also trip the Knox, and Knox is a hardware component in the motherboard. So once you unlock the bootloader, it will get tripped and there's no going back. Even if you relock the bootloader, the drawbacks such as Samsung Pay and Health app not working will still remain there because the Knox will stay tripped even after relocking the bootloader. So if that's all well and good, you could refer to my video and the guide and get this job done. In short, simply enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. Once that is done, boot your phone to the download mode via ADB reboot download command and long press the volume up key to enter the device unlock mode, and again press the volume up key to unlock the bootloader. Once that is done, you will be inside the OS. So after that, make sure to go online and wait for a few seconds and then make sure that the OEM unlocking is enabled and gray out as well. So let me do that as well. Let me have a look whether that's the case with me as well. So go to the settings menu, about phone, software information, build number 7 times. This will enable developer option. Go back, go to developer options and enable the toggle next to USB debugging and OEM unlocking. In my case, I've already unlocked the bootloader, but even then the OEM unlocking is missing. So what I have to do now, because after unlocking, I haven't yet bypassed the vault keeper. So now I have to bypass the vault keeper as well. So if that is the case with you as well, then you have to now go online, connect your phone to the Wi-Fi. This will take only a few seconds. This is an important step, important and compulsory. You cannot skip this. So once you are online, which will take only a few seconds. Now close the developer option from the background as well. Wait for a few seconds and then relaunch it. Go to the settings menu. Now go to developer options, and as you could see now, I should now have the OEM unlocking enabled and gray out. So with this, I have bypassed the vault keeper and we could now move ahead with the next step. So moving on, you will now have to get hold of the Odin tool. This will be required to flash the recovery file. So get the tool from here and open it onto your PC. So in my case, the tool will be somewhat here itself. Just give me a second. Let me open the Odin tool flash tools. This is the Odin tool, extracted, and you will get the following 4 files as you could see. Moving on, you will now have to get hold of the Evolution X recovery from this link. Do note that the recovery will be in the .img format, and IMG format does not work with Samsung and the Odin tool. So you have to convert the IMG to tar. For that, simply use this command. So first off, transfer the recovery IMG file inside the platform tools directory. In my case, this is the recovery IMG file inside platform tools as you could see. Now open the CMD window in this directory. Type in CMD in the address bar and hit enter. Now that you are inside the CMD window, now you just have to copy paste this command. Make sure that the name of the recovery is recovery.img. If that's well and good, copy the entire command and paste it in the CMD window, and this will tar the recovery. And that's just about it. As you could see, we have now got the recovery tar file and we could now easily load the file in the Odin tool. Anyways, moving on, you will now have to boot your phone to the download mode. Regarding that, there are quite a few ways of doing so. For example, these are the various hardware key combinations and even the ADB command. For now, I will be using the ADB command because it's the easiest of them all. So make sure to re-enable USB debugging if you haven't done so from the developer options. Once you enable USB debugging, type in ADB reboot download and hit enter, and your phone should now reboot into download mode. This should take only a few seconds, so let's just wait for that to happen. And once your phone is in the download mode, we could then flash the recovery and the ROM file as well. So give it a few seconds, and now you have to launch the Odin tool. Once it's in the download mode, via the exe file, you will get a prompt. Click on OK, and as you could see, your phone is now shown here added, and in the COM port as well, your phone is shown. First off, go to the option tab and uncheck auto reboot. This is extremely important. Now you have to load the recovery tar file inside the AP slot. So just give me a second, let me reconfirm. So yes, you have to load that in the AP slot, the recovery tar file. So open the Odin tool, click on the AP, click on AP and choose the recovery file. So in my case, it was inside the platform tools directory. Recovery tar, click on open. Make sure you have unchecked auto reboot, and now click on start. The recovery tar file will now be flashed onto your phone and will take only a few seconds. So let's just wait for that to happen. And the recovery file has now been flashed. You are getting the pass message. Now comes the most important part. So now you have to press and hold the volume down and the power key for around 7 seconds. And as soon as your phone is about to restart, then press and hold the volume up and power key. So for now, press and hold the volume down and power key. Then as soon as the phone restart, press and hold the volume up and power keys. So let me show you. First off, volume down and power keys for around 7 seconds till the phone screen goes blank. And let's wait for that to happen. And now press and hold the volume up and power keys for around 4 to 5 seconds. And then you may let go of the keys. And if you have done everything right, then your phone should now reboot to the newly flashed Evolution X recovery. But if there is something wrong and you haven't pressed the keys at the right time, then your phone will boot to the stock recovery or the stock OS. So in that case, you will once again have to flash the recovery to get this job done. So let's verify from our end whether the flashing has been done or not. So it could take only a few more seconds for the phone to boot to the recovery if it has been flashed successfully. And as you could see, we are now inside the recovery, so the flashing has been done successfully. And now you could move ahead with the next step. So your first course of action is to do a format data. This will wipe off all the data from the phone. So go to factory reset, format data, factory reset, and format data. The data wipe is now complete. And now you must do a sideload of the ROM zip file. So for that, get hold of the ROM zip file from this link and transfer the ROM file inside the platform tools directory, which is here. For the ease of convenience, rename it to something shorter. So let's rename it to ROM, and the complete name becomes rom.zip. So with this, we now have the ROM zip file inside the platform tools directory. Now you have to verify whether your phone is in the ADB sideload mode or not. So for that, first go to sideload mode, select apply update, apply from ADB, and your phone is now in the ADB sideload mode. Let's verify the same. So type in ADB devices and make sure that you are getting the sideload keyword. If that's well and good, then type in ADB sideload, file name which is rom.zip, and hit enter. The sideloading will now start and will take up to around 6 to 8 minutes. So you might get a recovery error 21. That's completely normal. Just select yes, and the flashing will now start and will take up to around 6 to 8 minutes. So let's just wait for that to happen. So guys, the flashing is now complete and you will get the script succeed install complete. Now if you want to flash any other zip file, then first please do a reboot to recovery and only then flash the required zip file. Moreover, once the flashing is done, your last course of action is to do a format data once again, just to be on safer side. So go to factory reset, format data, and format data. And once that is done, which will take a few seconds, you may now reboot to the OS. So go back to the home screen and select reboot system now. And your phone will now reboot to the newly flashed OS. Do keep in mind that the first boot up will take up some time. So guys, if your phone boots to the download mode and you are getting this error message, it's not a cause of concern. You'll just have to flash the patch vbmeta tar file as well via Odin. So in that case, launch the Odin tool, which is here, and click on reset. And now we will flash the Odin, we'll flash the patch vbmeta as well. So I will give you the link. So the link will be there in my guide and the video description as well. You just have to load it in the user data slot. So go there, and from the user data slot, you have to load this file. So just give me a second. I'll have to find that file. It should be somewhat here itself. So this is the file, vbmeta patch file for my device. Let me copy it and transfer inside the platform tools directory. And now let's load the file in the Odin and flash it. So make sure you have unchecked the auto reboot. If that's well and good, click on user data. And now you have to select the vbmeta patch file, click on open. And currently you could see my phone is still being shown there. It's well and good. Now just click on start. The flashing will now start. And the flashing is now complete. and now we will try doing a restart. So let's do so and check out the result. For that, you will have to press and hold the volume down and the power keys for around 8 to 10 seconds, and as soon as you do so, the phone should now reboot to the OS. So let's verify the same. Now you may let go of the keys, and let's now have a look whether the phone boots to the OS this time around or not. If the phone boots to the OS, it will happen this time around only, and the first boot up will take up some time, which is completely normal and nothing to worry about. So, well, that is the case of something else. Let's first verify if we have rectified the issue or not. So if we are able to bypass the screen, the error message will no longer appear, and then we will get the CR Droid boot animation and then the setup screen, or rather the Evolution X ROM boot animation and the setup screen. So let's give it a few more seconds, and then we'll see what happens with our phone. Flashing the vbmeta patch file is required. So as you could see, we are now inside the Evolution X ROM. So I will update my article as well, and in the article, right after flashing the recovery file, which we have flashed over here, you will also have to load the vbmeta patch file in the user data slot and then click on start. So if you flash both the recovery and the vbmeta patch file at one go, and after that you may then do the side loading of the ROM zip file without any issue whatsoever. So I will update my guide as well. So in the meantime, as you could see, we are now inside the ROM. So let's get started. As of now, I'm skipping the initial setup process. If you want, you may connect your phone to the Wi-Fi, link your Google account and restore all the data. But for now, I'm skipping all that stuff. Let's simply accept the terms and condition, and let's skip this as well. And with this, we are now inside the home screen, and this is the latest Evolution X ROM based on Android 15 for our Galaxy S20 FE. This is the QS price. Let's first have a look at the Android 15 features, after which we will have a look at the Evolution X features as well. So in this regard, we could see the new settings menu, revamped settings menu in Android 15. Then you have the power menu in QS price as well. Apart from that, screen recording in one single app is also there. You may choose an app and do a screen recording. The recording will only take place inside that app. As soon as you make a switch to any other app, the recording will pause and only resume once you are back to that app. Then we also have the predictive back gesture. Let me first change the gesture style to navigation, and then I'll show you the back gesture as well. So as you could see, this will give you a sneak peek of what is behind the menu. So, well, the predictive back gesture is not working in this ROM. That's quite strange. Anyways, moving on. Let's check out the new volume panel, whether they are in this ROM or not. Long press on it. It still has the old volume panel. That's also not a major cause of concern. Then apart from that, the private space should be there. The private space is there. It allows you to lock your apps inside a PIN, password or pattern or fingerprint. So first you have to set a screen lock, and now you may set a private space from here. You may choose the same lock which is there for your phone, or choose a different lock. For now, I'm choosing the same lock screen for both the screen lock and private space. And with this, the private space is now set up. Let me show you. It will take a few seconds for it to set up. And the apps are now added to the private space. You may also add more apps if you want from the install option. Likewise, you may even hide the private space from the lock screen. Let me show you. From the home screen and app drawer, just go here and select hide private space. Got it, and lock it once, and the private space is now hidden from the app drawer as well. You could either search from here and open it, or open it from the settings menu. So these were some of the Android 15 features. Let's now have a look at the Evolution X features. So let's go to the Evolver section, and from here you may tweak all this section. First off, we have the theme, mono-setting theming engine. So you may either choose any custom color from here and theme your phone accordingly, or you may also choose some preset themes from here as well. For example, this is the rainbow, and the changes are being implemented, although I guess it might not be visible that much in the video, but by naked eye it's shown clearly. Then apart from that, you may also change the system font, and these are the various fonts that you could choose from. For example, let's go with Aglonica, and the changes will take place across the entire UI and UX of the OS. Then the lock screen clock font is also there. So if you're choosing a custom lock screen clock, then you could choose this font style. So for example, let's choose some classy one, and this is looking somewhat nice. So your system UI might undergo a restart, which is completely normal. And as you could see, this is the UI. If you remove the notification, it will come at the center, but for now, removing is not possible because it's a system notification. Anyways, you may choose from any one of these styles. It's a never ending list, so you may have a look at them. Then we have the system icons in the status bar as well. You may choose from any one of these icons. the icon shapes for both the app drawer and the home screen. Let me choose Pebble and let me show you. You could see it's now implemented. Then the signal icon for the carrier data is there. Likewise, well, it's quite a lot of options. Likewise, for the Wi-Fi icon is also there. Then the navigation bar icons. So if you're using a 3-button navigation, you may choose from any one of these icons. Next up, we have the lock screen, charging stats and ripple animation. Both of them are shown. Charging stats, let's have a look. So it's currently charged, so it's shown there. Then we have the status bar, brightness control by swiping in the status bar. So this is working well and good. Let me enable it somewhat more, and quick pull down, let's say from the both hand sides. So it will expand the quick settings at one go. Status bar tuner, 4G icon, colored icon, you may enable colored icon instead of the white icons. For that, you will have to enable or rather do a system UI restart as well for the change to take place. Notification count, so you will get the number of unread notifications for each app in the app icons. Then these are the privacy indicators which you get while opening the camera, GPS locations, or microphones. In the QS toggles clear all button. So let me have a look. So this is the tap on it, and as you could see, it will remove all the third-party notifications. Talking about notifications, kill app in the notification long press menu. So let's have a look. So these are the system apps. Tap on it and you could force stop the app, but please don't force stop any system app that might have some adverse consequence on the device. In the power menu, you have power menu actions for advanced reboot. Well, that's there, so good to see. So in advanced restart, we have the option for the restart of system UI, recovery, and the bootloader. It should have been a download mode, but that's not there because in Samsung, fast boot is hardly required. Instead, we require the download mode, but that's not there, although not a major cause of concern. Then in the buttons, it's quite empty for now. In miscellaneous tweaks, let's go to the component spoofing. You may enable plain integrity fix. Just make sure that you are currently online. It will then download the latest plain integrity fix and make sure you pass the basic and the device test. You will not be passing the strong test, but for most of the phone ROMs and banking and payment app, they don't even require strong test. But if your phone requires a strong test, then you could refer to my guide and get hold of the unrevoked keybox XML file and then pass the strong test as well. The rest of the steps and the videos also given here. These are the modules and the files which are required. Go to my guide and get the job done. Then you may also enable these spoofs. The Google Photo spoof, this will give you unlimited storage and original quality. Snapchat spoof as well. Just make sure to enable your phone to only one single pixel. For example, as of now, the Google Photo spoof will spoof your phone to the Pixel XL, whereas the Pixel Prop will do so to the latest Pixel, which is the Pixel 9 series. So your phone cannot be the Pixel 9 series and the Pixel XL at the same time. So for now, I want the Google Photo spoof. So I'm turning off the Pixel props. The Snapchat also does for the Pixel XL. So you could keep the Snapchat and the Google Photos, both the features, but not the Pixel props. And apart from that, here are a few USP features, which is the wallpaper style. From here, you may change the wallpaper and the colors will change accordingly. Thanks to the Material UI theming engine, as you might be aware, it picks up the dominant color from the wallpaper and themes the entire UI and UX accordingly. So you may choose any of these wallpapers. These are the live wallpapers which you have to download. And for now, these are the various colors you could choose from. It's quite a long list, and you could also change and choose any other color from here. You may also switch to the light theme from this option and go back to the dark theme. Then apart from that, let's get back and choose the default theme for now. You may change the lock screen clock from here. And these are the various clock styles that you could have a look at. Then apart from that, in the home screen, you have the option to enable theme icons, and as you could see, they are now enabled. You could change the app grid size as well. Maximum is a 5x5, which I always use. And apart from that, let's have a look whether they have something in the home settings or not. So app list settings, so there is no option to enable. Okay, now it's working, the predictive back gesture. As you could see, it will give you a sneak peek of what is behind the menu. Now that feature is working after a system UI restart. So this feature is working. So if you enable any tweak or any UI and UX changes, make sure to do a system UI restart from the restart menu, and only then that change will come into effect. And guys, that's just about it. You may also swipe to access Google app. You may turn off this feature as well, and when you do a swipe right, there will be no Google feed over there. So you may change the settings accordingly. Then you may add widgets from this page according to your need. And for example, this is the clock widget. Let's choose this one and add it, and this is the style. So guys, that's just about it. If you have any queries with regard to any of the steps, do let me know in the comment section. And just to round off, while flashing the recovery, also load the vbmeta patch.tar file in the user data slot. So you have to load the recovery in the AP slot and the vbmeta file in the user data slot, and then click on start. And once the flashing has been done, you will then reboot to the Evolution X recovery and do an ADB sideload of the ROM zip file and get the job done. You will not face any issue whatsoever. I will link my guide with the recovery with the vbmeta patch file as well and with the instruction as well. So make sure to follow the instruction. And if you still have any queries, the comment section is always open there for you. Do ask me out and I'll help you out. So on that note, I round up this video, and thanks a lot for watching.